Hold on just a second, folks. Hold on just a second. Watch this.
Howdy, folks.
It's coming. It's coming. Oh, is it
Howdy,
coming?
folks. Welcome to Schweifert.
Oh, where is
One
it?
of the best.
Oh, it lost again.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Schweifert. One of the best things to do in Schweifert is, guess what? Spaghetti ice. Spaghetti ice. Don't you agree?
Yes, it's very good.
How is it? Taste good?
Very good.
Oh, stay tuned, folks. I'm in heaven. Yes.
All right. Did that come out okay? How you doing, Karen?
I'm doing great. Thanks very much for having me on your show.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. Guys out there, as you can see, we're on the road. So if there's some spotty areas, it's because we're on the road. Go figure. But we're gonna make this happen, right, Karen?
You bet. Best show ever.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. I'm one of those. I don't like to cancel. If I do have to cancel, I don't call it cancel. I call it postponing. We're gonna postpone. But I don't want to do that, Karen, because I was looking forward to this, and I'm like, you know what? And my beautiful wife, she's driving for me. Right there, there are my kids back there in the back.
Big knuckleheads.
Yep. And so I don't want to cancel you, Karen. That's what I'm trying to say, or postpone our talk. So I hope you don't mind this.
I don't mind.
All
I don't
right.
mind at all. This is I'm happy to be with your family too. It's nice.
Hey, that's very awesome. Very awesome. I love my family. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And I also love my YouTube family as well. And I'm so glad that we met on YouTube and met you on Paula's live.
Yes.
Paula from Van Vita.
Yes, absolutely. Van Vita Travels.
Van Vita Travels. Yeah. Paula's awesome. She invited me to be her guest one day, and I accepted. And I said, yeah. And then all of a sudden, someone named Karen from Prairie Life popped on there.
Yeah.
So
Paula lives about an hour away from me.
that's awesome.
I've been really fortunate. We've become really good friends, and only through YouTube, as you know.
Wow, that's cool. Have you met her in person?
Oh yes, socially distanced, of course. Yes.
Oh yes, definitely.
I'm just shutting this off. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Apparently it's not a problem. Okay, good. I just didn't want any distractions.
There you go. Hey, no worries. Yeah, I've had the fortunate blessing of meeting different YouTubers. Guys, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Different YouTubers here lately. The latest one. Hold on just a second. Guys, give me your cell phones. Let me see your cell phones. Are you gonna stop? Okay, that should do it. Mention their cell phones. Stop.
No, we are not throwing a ball in the car. We're not.
I'm sorry. I'm about to stop this vehicle and let them walk. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
You're gonna miss out on Easter dinner. Like, okay, so what's a traditional Easter dinner at your mom's look like?
Oh,
whose
boy,
mom? Grace? Is it your wife's mom's or your mom's?
It's my mom.
Okay.
She makes the best. I mean, the very best spaghetti ice. Spaghetti ice. I can't believe I just said that. But I did not mean to say that.
Spaghetti ice on the brain.
Potato salad. She makes the very best potato salad.
Oh, does she?
And guys, I need you. And she makes the best potato salad in the world. And of course, she always does a ham or a roast or something that goes with it, and just all the good stuff, all the fixings. I mean, you name it, she does it. And so, I am proof that I enjoy her food.
Absolutely. So the part of the world where your mom lives, is that kind of famous for ham? Like, do they have a kind of ham that's typical there or really produced there? I know I was visiting friends in Maryland, and they were telling me, and in Georgia, and they both had different kinds of ham that were kind of typical for the area. Is there something typical for where your mom lives, and is that what she's going to make you?
Well, as far as I know, it's just a regular ham. When I say that, they get like a Virginia ham living in Florida.
Virginia. Mm-hmm.
You know, like a Virginia, just the name of it, I guess. But there's not nothing for specifically for the area. Now they have smoked hams and stuff like that. I don't know what type of ham it is.
Mhm.
I mean, honey ham. Yeah, Martha's honey ham.
Oh yes.
Like a honey ham and a Virginia
Yeah,
ham.
delicious.
Pineapple.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Your mom makes pineapple.
Yeah,
She makes the best
pineapple.
pineapple.
And it's good stuff. So I'm looking forward to that and the fellowship with family and also reflect on why are we having Easter dinner. I mean, because what we go. So that's and it's still relevant today.
absolutely. Yeah, I come from a very religious family, and he's gone. My friend Darion is gone. He'll be back. Stay tuned, folks. So I'm going to take over for a couple of minutes. I actually brought some books I want to show you. These are books that have kind of been in my family, and a lot of us have read them over the years. Here's tell you a little bit about me and my background. So this is Russland Deutsche, or the German Russians. This is the English copy of the same book. Oh, I'm not. There you are. Hey, we were just talking while you were gone. We were talking about a couple of books that I brought to the show. That's all right. We'll get to them later. Are you back, Darion?
All right.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Everybody hear me?
Yeah, you must have gone through a valley. You were gone for a couple of minutes. No, not a minute. Maybe 30 seconds, and then you came back, and then you were kind of spotty, but now you're back.
Oh, right. Good deal. So if that happens, it happens. I'll get my very best here. Let's go to the chat. Well, before we go to the chat, first of all, tell us about what are you doing for Easter?
It's going to be a very socially distanced Easter, and my mother-in-law, my husband's mother, is just an excellent cook and really likes to have all the family together for these special times. She's making a turkey, and she's making all the fixins, and so she has a Polish-Ukrainian background. My last name is Polish-Ukrainian. My husband's last name, of course, and so we're going to have a lot of pierogies and cabbage rolls and turkey and things like that. So a very good meal, a real stick to your ribs kind of meal. I really look forward to it every year. It's very special.
Wow, that's awesome. Let me try something here real quick here.
Sure. I'm hoping that you send me he was trying something and he's gone. Maybe he'll be back soon. He was trying something, and I appreciate that he's trying something, but it didn't work out this time. I hope that I'm not frozen. So I was going to tell you a little bit more about this book, The German Russians. And so you can tell that it's been in the family a really long time, and some of the older generation has done some book binding home repair on it. But my heritage is where Russlanddeutsche or Schwarzmeerdeutsche, like Black Sea Germans. We come from the area north of Odessa. In fact, so close to Odessa, Ukraine, that when my dad was a kid, he could walk to Odessa. And here's Darion.
There we go. I just happened to see Tommy Dawson. He said, "Good morning, Road Warrior." That's about it here lately. Oh yeah. My goodness, I apologize for this.
That's all right.
But I hear you playing this day now.
Oh, that's excellent.
Let's go to the chat here. Let's see. Let's see, we got with Nick here. Oh, let me see.
Yeah, Nick was asking earlier if I ever had spaghetti ice, and no, I have not had spaghetti ice yet.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, there it goes. But once you do, Karen, it's going to be an experience you'll never forget. That's for sure. Oh, let me see. You can get. There we go. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Just Dave. Hey, glad you're here. Oop, I think she's. Oh, there she is. All right, she just moved. All right. Okay. Klaus, guten Tag, alle zusammen. Good day to you too. Good morning or good day. Angie's here. Angie's from, she's Filipino born, raised in Australia, and lives in Germany.
Wow.
So she's saying hello or
Hello.
hello. Mark Finley. Hey, how's it going there, Mark? And guys, just getting here. I appreciate you being here on a Easter weekend and putting up with this spotty internet right now, but we're gonna make it work. We have let's see, Going Green Mom saying hello. Good deal. Angie, oh yes, oh I can't wait to get to Deutschland. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Megan.
I'm gonna catch up here.
Megan at Going Green One. Megan at Going Green Mom is one of my friends in YouTube. She's also one of my moderators and has an excellent channel. If you're interested in cooking foods that are better for your allergies and also simplification and RV living, she has all kinds of really great content. So check out Going Green Mom.
Absolutely, I'm actually her friend as well, and I enjoy her content and everything. So everyone out there listening, hey, make sure to check out Go Green Mom. Shady Hill's here. Of course, we mentioned Najuma a minute ago. Shady Hill, glad you're here. And saying hello here, Angie's. Oh, speaking of, make sure you check out Veronica's all around. She's a Dewey Ski. Good morning. I saw you on the Down Under cruises last night on the live. That was cool. Good morning, Lori. Lori, all the way up from there in California. Now she's 3 hours behind us. Oh, got Angie saying hello, Miss Karen. Good deal.
Angie dropped by my channel yesterday or the day before, so thank you, Angie. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's very awesome. That's very awesome. That's a good thing. I like how we all support each other. And just say, hey, I enjoy your stuff, and stop by. My father used to threaten to stop the vehicle and making us walk. Yes, Dewey. Yes, I gave that threat about 20 times in 30 minutes. It seems like, before I got online, everything was fine, somewhat. And then you get online, the kids go nuts. That's just normal, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Danny, partner channel here. How you doing, Danny Griswold? I saw Danny again a couple weeks ago in Orlando. We were down there, and him and his family was down there. Blaine was with me from Rally Creative.
Yeah.
Also, my other partner channel was down there. We also met MGM, Bill and Lucy from MGM, the Bowmans. Met them down there. Week before that, we had that Helen.
Yeah, Kenneth.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And then before that, we met in Helen for an unofficial get together, meet up. It started out with just Blaine and I. Hey, let's meet for Spaghetti House in Helen. Well, we did it. We were on a live talking about that. Next thing I knew, we got people calling in or saying, "We'll meet you there. I got my flights, or we're driving." So 31 people showed up, including everybody, kids and everybody, but 31, and we had a ball. Ronnie, from Life is Good was there. Raphael, everybody knows Raphael. Raphael was there. The traveling 6 traveling shorts, they were there. I mean, it was awesome. Bone Daddy 2 was there. Kenneth Fordman was there. Fordman, Kenneth goes. And did you see that video of him climbing that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Wasn't
I was
that
like,
awesome?
And then suddenly somebody was cutting onions in the same room as me, and I was like, "Quit cutting those onions! You're making me cry. You're making me cry."
I remember you commented on that video too. As a matter of fact, as soon as I said that, I'm like, "Of course you saw that."
Yeah.
But those out here listening that did not see that video, make sure you do that. And while you're doing that, make sure you check out Karen's channel too, otherwise known as Prairie Life. And everything.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Go ahead, and we're going to stop the chat right now and chat. I'm going to get back to you. Trust me. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from, your roots,
Sure.
and what your channel is about.
Sure. I'm the daughter of 2 immigrants who came to Canada by very different ways. My mother's family is from Montana, so of course immigrated to Montana and then came to Saskatchewan for a better life. And then some of the people that came at that trip also ended up in the Peace River Valley in Alberta. So that's my mother's family. And my father came to Canada in 1952. So he came after the war, at a time when probably not so cool to be a German in North America. but he
Whoa.
persevered, and he made his home here, and he's very grateful for the opportunity to live here. He always says, this is really and truly his home. In fact,
Wow.
my father worked very hard even to lose his accent. He has a very little accent, but you can tell by his brothers and his sisters, where they've come from, what part of the world they've come from. But my father was really traditional and encouraged us to go to German language school. So when my friends were watching cartoons on Saturday morning, my sister and I went to German language school in the morning so I can read and write German.
How
I
cool is
can
that?
speak and understand. Yeah, I'm a pretty good reader, actually. I always surprise myself when I pick up something, particularly, as my aunties in Germany have gotten older and older, and my people here, their eyes have gotten worse and worse, how many letters I've had to read out loud. And it's always fun to get the letters from Germany, because we've stayed very close with our relatives in Germany and gone back to visit them. And they've also, of course, come to Canada, and we've taken them on trips to the Rocky Mountains and to northern Saskatchewan, which is just a forested paradise in terms of tourism and fishing and hunting and trekking and hiking. It's a beautiful part of the world. So my father was born in north of Odessa in a German community called Kleine Liebenthal. And which is just down the road from Gräser Liebenthal and Josefsthal. You can start to understand there's probably a really Catholic kind of community. They were very lucky in that part of the world because of the Tsarina Catherine. They were allowed to keep their German language when they immigrated there. They were allowed to keep their religion, and they were allowed to educate their children in German language. So they not only spoke Russian growing up, they also spoke the German language, and they that all goes back to when Germany was undergoing that big schism, right? When people were being persecuted because of religion, and some people had the opportunity to go to the steppes of the Ukraine. They were invited to go there and to begin farming there, to populate that area and to increase the agricultural productivity of that area. So they took their farming expertise there. And my family had a small market garden type of farm. They grew onions and carrots, and they had a cow, and they had butter. And so they would take that to the market in Odessa, and that's how they supported the family. So much simpler times. And then as the front advanced, and that push and pull between Germany and Russia, they ran away with the German army. They were encouraged to run away, and so they ran to Germany, and they actually landed in a community called Schletau, which is very near Wolfsburg and Lichau, and ended up on the west side of Germany when everything went down. They were actually on the west side of the Elbe River by only 7 kilometers. So they ended up in the west by 7 precious kilometers.
Wow.
So from there, they worked in farms until they could afford passage, and then they applied to America and to Brazil and to Canada, and they were accepted in Canada largely through the sponsorship of other relatives. And I always tease them, how did you end up in Saskatchewan? And they say, well, that's where we ran out of money. But I think that's not true. I think they went right to the embrace of their relatives.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very interesting. Wow. I didn't know. I know we talked about it a little bit, but wow, that's a little bit deeper. And I love ancestry. Looking at like what is it called? Ancestry.com.
Mm-hmm.
My wife got that for me a couple years ago, and I'm finding all kinds of stuff out. Stuff that my mom doesn't even know about, and I'm like, wow, and just learning different stuff. And I want to go on a tour because my roots are from England and Ireland. Okay, as far as I know. Now I do have a little bit of German in me. I found out the other day, about 2 weeks ago. I found out that I do have a little bit of German in me. I took the Pfizer shot, the first one.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's from Germany, so I got a little bit of German in me now. I can say, ho ho ho,
ho ho ho.
Dad joke there, I guess. And anyways, I want to go back and trace roots that I didn't even know that was planted. You know what I mean? Yeah, yours. Have you ever? Now you've gone back to Germany before, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, I've gone back. I went with my grandmother. I went when I was 17, actually. My grandma was going, her sister was very sick, and we were going to go to try to get there before she passed away. And we didn't make it, unfortunately, but I went with my grandmother, and I was like her eyes and ears in the airport. And
That's cool.
she was already quite old at that point. And so it was my pleasure to go. And of course, I met all my relatives there, and we've continued that relationship. Them visiting here. Of course, there's a lot to see in Canada, and for people in Europe, we're very grateful that people in Europe like to come to Canada and see the Rocky Mountains and see northern Saskatchewan. We're very grateful.
Absolutely. I would love to go up there and check out Saskatchewan and what's that one place? Edmonton? How far are you from Edmonton, Canada?
I'm about 8.5 hours from Edmonton. On really good highway,
8.5 hours. Okay.
Really, really, really good highway. Maybe longer, maybe 9 hours. About 8 hours from Calgary, and Calgary is where Banff is, and Lake Louise, and Jasper is closer to Edmonton. Jasper National Park, and we have some national parks in Canada, in Saskatchewan as well. Mm-hmm. Pardon?
If I remember correctly, looking on a map, Montana's here, and Saskatchewan's like right above it, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, looks like a very beautiful area. I've never been to Montana. I'll have to go to Montana one of these days.
Oh.
The Bear Mountain or Glacier Park?
Yes.
Glacier Park there?
Glacier National Park, yeah. When you go to Montana, you have to go off the highway. You have to just take a couple of detours and bumble around in the back roads if you really want to see Montana, because it is spectacular. And Helena, Montana, one of the most beautiful cities. You're going through mountains, and then you come out, and then all of a sudden there it is in front of you, and just nestled in the hand of the mountains. Oh, it's just beautiful.
Uh-oh.
And then when you get into Idaho, actually there's a part, they call it the Idaho Panhandle, and it actually connects right to Canada, and that connects with the Rocky Mountains. So that if you get north of Spokane, Washington, and then you head towards Canada through the Idaho Panhandle. That's a trip I take a lot. When we go down to Spokane and to Seattle and Portland, I spend a lot of time there in the winter. So that's a great trip to take. Awesome. Don't drive it at night. Wonderful. Lots of wildlife, but during the day it's spectacular. Yeah, well, it's.
I guess a lot of moose. You see a lot of moose up there, and.
Yeah, we do. We actually have moose even in the area I live in. I live in the plains, like the prairie part, but we have moose here. And because I think moose aren't foolish, they know that there's lots of grain to eat. They don't have to muck about trying to get through forested areas. They can just live on the plains and go from clump of bush to clump of bush. So we actually have more and more moose all the time. Oh my goodness, Darion's gone again. So I was telling you about this book. So it's really good in terms of old pictures that we have. Oh, okay.
Very good. You're an excellent co-host. So that's great. Just keep on doing what you're doing. That's right. Wonderful. Karen, we lost her for a second, and then Karen just jumped on in there. So
that's all right. So I see that Arno is in the chat, and I tease Arno all the time that he's my cousin, and I think he probably is, but we're not really close cousins. But I do want to say that the Dobler family is the family that sponsored my family to come to Canada, so we owe them everything.
That's awesome. I'm trying to show my chat here. I see one of them. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Dewey took the train. There it is. Sorry. Yeah, doing a live stream, especially interviewing somebody on the road could be difficult sometimes, but we're working it. Now, when was the last time you've been to Germany?
It was a very long time ago. It was in 1977, so it doesn't even count. It was so long ago.
Oh boy!
I remember everybody there being mad for the Beatles, and I think Ontario was really mad for the Beatles then in the 70s, like 1977. But I think that where I lived, not so mad for the Beatles. So it was kind of confusing to me. But I know that my German cousins, and I have a lot of German cousins, they were really excited about things that were from America, and that for Canada and America, they kind of just blended together. It was Amerikanisch, and they were always interested in what was going on in America. And I think that's why we've kept those connections, and also to family.
Oh, that's
We've had some cousins even that came and studied in Canada. And if anybody's interested in studying in Canada, that's absolutely a possibility. Particularly in Saskatchewan, we have a really receptive and supportive international students. And we are, I think that you could honestly say that Saskatchewan is actively recruiting international students. So if you wanted to come and study in Saskatchewan at one of the universities here or at one of the technical colleges, it's absolutely a possibility. I think they even have their own website. Just look under saskatchewan.ca and you'll find international.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of countries are offering a lot of international incentives to come. Even America, we have that too. But I know Germany, it's hardly any cost. When I say that, you pay like I think 250 euros per semester.
Yeah.
You used to be not even that, but that they just started this like 2 or 3 years ago. And I learned that through Sarah at Beta Bayern, which she's an American from Washington State living in Munich, her and her husband. And she helps people, go to university there in Germany. Mm-hmm. But now in Canada, what are the costs normally for that? Is it similar to Germany?
I couldn't say what the costs are. No, it would be more.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's as well subsidized, but it's a wonderful opportunity, right? Because you can have instruction in French or instruction in English. That's another thing to consider. If you were wanting to immigrate to Canada, you could immigrate either as a French speaker or as an English speaker. And I work with a woman who came from a European country, and actually, because you could immigrate easier speaking French at that time period, she learned French, spoke French very well, and immigrated under the French language component. So.
Wow, this is a big world, isn't it? And it's cool to see, to learn new stuff. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know much about Canada, but I think it's neat that you have German roots living in Canada, mm-hmm. and do you have any American roots at all?
Yeah, my grandfather, my mother's father was born in Montana.
That's right.
And so, yeah, I have, and I've always wondered about maybe applying for a dual citizenship. But those days are like we're rapidly losing those people. They're fading. They're passing away. So if I'm gonna get on that, but the border with Canada and the United States is so easy to cross now. Of course, not right now because of what's going on. But the border is so easy to cross. It's just get in a car and go.
And you know what? I remember when I went to Canada. I actually got a real good deal out of Canada. It was like $285
mm-hmm.
Round trip to Germany out of Toronto. Mm-hmm. And the first time I was with a friend that lives in Michigan, so we just drove from Michigan to Toronto.
Yeah.
And as soon as we crossed, it reminded me of being in Germany. On the roads, like the kilometers and everything, and everything. I was like, "Wow, am I in Germany or in Canada? Where am I?"
Did you cross at Sault Ste. Marie?
I did.
Well, because you cross right into a provincial park, and that is the place where I have seen the most moose I've ever seen. Moose is in the provincial park that's just north of Sault Ste. Marie. That is like just stacked with moose. Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to look next time because you believe it or not, you find a lot of deals out of Toronto. It's just you got to get to Toronto,
mm-hmm.
So, but I found a flight for I think it was like $100, $200 round trip to Toronto to get that $255 flight was still, cheaper.
Such a good deal.
Yeah.
Such a good deal.
Absolutely. Angie said we've got a lot of wild boar, and yes, they do have a lot of wild boar. And I have a story about wild boar. I'm not going to get into it now, but put it this way. I was chased by a wild boar in Germany, while we were in the field. My job was artillery, field artillery, meaning you're in the field. And put it this way, I was chased by a wild boar hog, and I was history. I felt like Forrest Gump before Forrest Gump even came. Probably looked like Forrest Gump because I was. Ah!
Really?
He didn't get me though. He did not get me.
Oh my goodness! And
And
they have those. They're
look
very
here.
aggressive.
Yeah, they're dangerous. Sure. Let me see. I'm trying to get.
Megan, we're
I saw
both driving. I'm driving, and so is Darion. No, we're not. We're not driving at all.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Going green, Mom. Hold on a second. Let me turn my turn signal on. Oh no, it's fine. No, I am not driving. I am a passenger. And here's my beautiful wife. Say hi, Colleen. She is driving for me. I started out driving, and we switched at the gas station. We filled up, and I'm like, 10 minutes, we're gonna be on. So it worked out. So thank you, Colleen, for driving while we're able to do this here. You know, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work, right?
That's right.
That's for sure. So while I was saying the story, black and white photo, yeah, I'm going to go back and look at that too, by the way. Arno Dover, pressure boated distance cousin. Okay, you're talking about the cousins and everything. I see Arno all over the place too. First time I saw Arno was, where was that? I was in a live stream with Veltberger, Seth, Veltberger Wonderlust. I believe that was it. And watching more, getting to know more German YouTubers as well as with my American Canadian friends. I'm finding Arno knows some of the same people, especially on the Germany networks and everything, and which is pretty neat. Dutch Gamer from the Netherlands. Hey, Dutch Gamer.
Yeah, I'm related to every Doubler in Canada, so we're all from the same route. So I'm related to them all.
Wow, and that's a pretty big route.
Yeah, like the same one Doubler that landed in Canada. We're all related. Yeah, we're all related.
This world's getting smaller and smaller. I mean, smaller and smaller for sure. That's no doubt about that. That's some Germany saying so much. Oh yes. Oh, by the way, you said 1977 was the last time you were there. I was there. I was there in 1977 myself as a kid.
Yeah.
I was there. That's where I was when I found out Elvis died. And I was like, oh, because Elvis was one of my first concerts that I ever went to in Tampa, Florida. And that was a long time ago. But I remember Elvis, my mom and dad, and I sat on my dad's shoulders. And I remember my mom going, it's Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah. And all that good stuff. And I also remember, like I said, when he died and everything, we're in Germany. I was eating my breakfast. And we heard over the radio, that Elvis has just passed away. And that seemed like yesterday. Well, it don't seem like yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I remember it.
He has really strong connections to Germany as well. Elvis does.
Yes, he was stationed there in the United States Army, and I've been to where he was stationed. Walked in his barracks where he stayed. That was neat. I ate in the same mess hall that he ate in. I mean, it was they had his chair, they had his table and everything. He goes, and this is the table where Elvis ate. It was pretty cool. It wasn't like a shrine, but it was a shrine. People could still eat there, but there's like a big plaque. This is Elvis's favorite spot, and they're talking about how personable he was, and whenever he had chances to get less duty. He goes, no, I'm in the Army. I'm gonna serve just like my fellow servicemen. I'm gonna be treated the exact same way. And they did. When they were out there working, he's out there working. But he goes, yeah, but on weekends they keep me busy singing and everything. So it was pretty cool. And when I saw that, I was in the Army myself. So that was in '88 where I visited the base where he was, and that was really neat.
That is really cool.
And, here's do you know where these Doublers are from, Karen?
Oh yeah, they're from the Schwarzmeerdeutsche, right? They're from they're all from Russia.
Wow. Now is it Doublers or Doblers?
We say Doubler.
Okay.
Doubler.
Doubler, okay.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay.
So my father's mother was a Doubler. She was born a Doubler.
Gotcha.
And so,
Hey, Judge Cameron, we're on I-75 heading south to Florida, going to my mama's house for food for Easter dinner and fellowship with family and everything. So I was telling Karen and everybody else that normally we have it on Sunday, but my family and both my brother's families, this is the only day we get together, and we're going to drive back to Georgia tomorrow. Make it to church tomorrow, and so that's a lot of driving. Karen,
you should stay for leftovers one more day.
Right.
Don't leave your mom with all those leftovers. You need to stay and help her out.
She packs us up as well, and
okay.
yeah. So I'll be back next Tuesday, or in a couple days. I'll be back Tuesday as well. So I'll be going to my mom's house.
Yeah. So are you wearing your Gators hat?
I am.
Yeah. So is that special? Do they let you through the border easier when you're wearing your Gators hat?
It is. If you have a Seminole one, or an Alabama hat, or a Georgia hat,
not so much, eh? Yeah, no.
They'll not let you in. They'll tell you get to stepping. So I just wear my Gator hat. Go Gators! Now I'm an avid Gator fan. I always have been. I remember going to games in '79. We lost every game that season, but I've been a fan ever since, and always will be. I love it. My biggest streak of not missing a game, home or away, was 9 years.
Wow.
So I was in a stadium somewhere, and then I met my wife. She's I'm gonna use improper grammar. She's more prettier than a football. So I still go to away games, probably at least twice a year. But yeah, as I get older, I'm enjoying the big screen too. Watch on the big screen and all that good stuff. Do you like football at all?
Yeah, I like football a lot.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we're big football fans here.
Oh, that's great.
We have a different football than you, right? We have 3-down football, Canada.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canadian Football League.
Canadian football. Yeah.
Who? Excuse me. Woo. What is your favorite team?
Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Roughriders. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Danny Worf will play for them.
Oh, it could be.
Our quarterback for Florida back in '96, the national championship year, the first national championship year. I believe he went to CFL for I think a couple of years, right after NFL. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's a team. That's pretty neat.
We have a very famous Seahawk. Has come home. You might know him. His name is John Ryan, and so he's retired from the Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks, and he's kicking for us in Saskatchewan. It's really kind of cool. Remember John Ryan?
Wow, that is pretty cool. Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He also played.
For someone else. Yeah. Seahawks is probably his most. Yeah, probably the most famous was the Seahawks. But yeah, he's come home and just a great community man. Just really, really a great part of the community. It's good to have him home. Lots. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, football is big here. Kids grow up playing football.
See, welcome. Oh yeah. Welcome to the chat, Bill and Lucy. As you can see, we're on the road, and no, I'm not driving. There's my wifey Pooh. I got my kids in the back. Yeah, and we have Karen from Canada on there. So make sure you check out Karen from Prairie Life for sure.
Yeah. If you're interested,
thanks, Danny. Look at Danny. Put Karen's thing.
Thanks very much, Danny. Yeah, if you're interested in finding out about traveling or photography or photography of traveling, then I'm the right channel for you. You want to find out about what it's like in Saskatchewan, I'm the right channel. Thank you very much. Thanks, Danny.
That's awesome. Karen, I have a question for you. I know it's been since 1977 since you've been to Germany. Do you have any future plans to go to Germany or any future wishes?
I think absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You just get busy and you don't go. And it isn't like I'm not immersed in Germany, right? Like like the foods we eat at holiday time are from Germany, and I have lots of German relatives who come and visit, and that's always honestly been my self-appointed job, right? Get in my car, and I was a school teacher for a really long time, so I had like all summers off, and I could just tuck people in the car, and off we'd go exploring. And I guess that's really consistent with even with my YouTube channel, right? Exploring around and seeing what we can see.
Around, yes.
So I've been really immersed. And something you might not know about me is that when I was at university, I actually worked in Deutsches Laden, like in a German store, where we spoke German, and all our products that we carried were German. And we had a master butcher who owned the business, and his wife, who actually studied to be in Germany. She studied to be a shop owner and, learn how to do inventory and order. It's actually a very valued profession in Germany. You can study how to do it at school. And so they had a great combination, and they were both from Germany, and they opened a Deutsches Laden. And my mom always purchased things there. That was a big thing on Saturday. We would go to the store and buy our cold cuts for the week, like Aufschnitt, like mixed cold cuts, and buy our sausages and buy our cuts of meat and all of that, like Westphalian Schinken, like Westphalian ham, and just Landjäger, and like all the things that you love, and natural casing wieners was something that this butcher did really well. And when you're a little kid and you go to the butcher with your mom, everybody gets a natural casing wiener, which is, I don't know, a foot long,
Right.
And so that was the thing you look forward to. And so
back of my lips.
Yeah. So later, when I was at university, I was, trying to find a job for the summer, and I was there picking up a few things for my, 2 Pfunde Aufschnitt, 2 pounds of cold cuts, and we had a pretty big family. And do you need anything else? I said, yeah, I really need a job. Just a minute. And I was like, what have I
Really?
done? What have I done? What have I done? And so they invited me to come in the office in the back, and she started talking to me in German, and she wanted to know why I wanted to work there. And I was like, yeah, I just going to university. I just want to work. And she needed someone for the summer. And so that began probably 4 years of working for Wolfgang and Regina. And it was just a wonderful experience because, when you went through the swinging doors into the back, where they cut meat and they prepared foods, everybody just spoke German. They just spoke at all times. So I was completely immersed in German. And so, when I was waiting on Was möchten Sie bitte, when you talk to the Bedienung, the people come into the store and you ask them, what would you like? And, you could, I just spoke in German all the time. And I had a really cute haircut then. I had really long braids, and my Zipfel, and I just had them crossed at the top. And that was
Did you have the
big,
dirndl?
no, we didn't have to. We wore white. Kitchen, like white smocks, like you would for food preparation, because it was as you can imagine, a very, very precise, clean, well stationed type of outfit, right? And so, if you got dirty, then you needed to change your outfit. We wore the cleanest clothes we could. It was a wonderful experience. And I had all kinds of neat experiences, growing up eating those hot dogs. When I worked there on Tuesday mornings, they smoked the natural casing wieners. And so they would open up the smokehouse, and the smoke, all the steam and the smoke would come out, and that would be your signal that it was lunch break, right? And we had this big jar of I saw you had it like low brow scent,
exactly.
Like mustard, and with a taller, and just dunk the wiener right into the mustard, and that just have a hot, fresh, crunchy natural casing wiener. There's nothing like it on earth. That was just, those are great days. So I, as much as I am so strongly connected to Germany, I haven't missed out necessarily. But my memories of Germany are the green. I was there in the spring. I was there in May, and just multiple greens. I've never seen the kinds of greens that I saw after we landed in Wolfsburg, right? And then got on the Autobahn and headed out to where we were. And No, not Wolfsburg, Hanover. We landed in Hanover.
Hanover, okay.
And then headed out to where my relatives were in Schlettau and Lichau. Yeah, Lichau. I have
Wow.
this little Lichau book. It's
There you
very
go.
beautiful.
That's nice.
I remember this from downtown, from the market. And so when we were in Lichau, we were visiting my dad's father's sister, and a wonderful experience there. A little old lady who I think stayed alive as long as she did, because every morning, right, like a whiskey every morning and a glass of wine at night. Like she was just pretty hardcore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to tell that story all in German, but Lichau.
Probably
And I would,
200, right?
yeah. And I'd go to the market every morning, see what I could find, and just head off. And yeah, one of the great experiences of my life. And I hope to get back there, see all that, and see all that green again, like multiple different colors of green layered on top of each other, just fresh and green.
Oh,
so beautiful.
Did you say fresh?
Yeah, fresh.
Fresh. I love fresh. Yeah, that of course, I can't wait to get back to Germany. It's been 18 months and 2 days now since I've been to Germany. Oh, in 13 hours and 2 minutes and 4 seconds since I've been to Germany. And my wife's like, "Good heavens, Darren!" She hears it all the time. It's like, "I gotta get to Germany." But yeah,
with those are good prices. Like I don't have that kind of good prices to travel from where I'm from. It's just the flight for me to get to Toronto would be almost $1,000 Canadian,
wow.
Which would be probably 750 American dollars.
Wow,
that's another thing. If you travel in Canada, if Americans travel in Canada right now, the dollar is to your favor, right? So you get quite a bit more travel for your buck. Pardon me, Darion, were you going to say something?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't get those prices all the time. I wish.
Okay.
I wish. Once in a blue moon, and the blue moons are rare. You get a deal like that. But now sometimes you can find, like, I don't know, 2013, 14, 15. You can find prices less than $1,300. I mean, it was like, oh, but you know what? I'm going. And but the last couple of years, depending on the time of year you go in, I find them for $800 round trip. $900 the most. I'm taking my I'm going to September. If everything goes right, I'm planning on. It's booked. I got a group of 7 people that are going, including Tommy Dawson. He's in the chat. Him and his wife, Ms. Ermy and her husband, and Arno and Lori. Lori's in the chat. She's going with us, and we all have our tickets booked, hotels, everything. We're going. And we got a great deal on that trip. And then December, I don't know how much everybody else paid, but I'm using my miles to pay for a free trip on this trip. So, but my trip in December, I got it for $900 per person. I'm taking my family, my wife, and my kids. We're gonna do the Christmas markets and
oh yes,
and
Christmas markets.
Oh yes,
we sold quite a bit of that commercially produced Christmas market stuff. We sold quite a bit of that in the store. And we had one of the ladies who worked in the store made a gingerbread house every year with all the German candies. And there's so many beautiful candies at the Christmas time, right? They're like designed to hang on the Christmas tree, and just really, really beautiful. Yeah.
Wow, that's good stuff. Now we were talking about food here, but Angie had a question. Do you cook your traditional
Yes.
Russian? And there you go.
Yeah, all the time. That was I think one of the favorite things that I prepare that my husband likes is a rouladen. To make rouladen, beef rouladen.
Rouladen.
Or Schweinerouladen, like with pork cutlets, but mostly, we beef rouladen. Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's my favorite. It's the kind of meal that we'd ask for on our birthdays, right? So there was a lot of kids, and so we ate rouladen quite frequently.
First time I had rouladen I was at a friend's house. His wife was German, and this is in Germany.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Do you want some rouladen?" I said, "I don't know what that is, but it sounds good." And I had it, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is great!" So I've been hooked on rouladen ever since. And of course, Schweinehaxe. Not like a good Schweinehaxe.
Oh yes,
Gotta have that.
Schweinehaxe. Do you? But smoked
Yes.
ones, right? You
Sure.
like smoked porkcock, right? Not just plain. Do you get the
Yes.
smoked ones?
You're right.
Yeah, and so we
Smoked,
sold.
and also the
Yeah, we sold those as well, smoked porkcocks, and we sold smoked ribs. I like smoked ribs, and I like
oh,
Kasslerscheiben, like smoked pork chops. I like that a lot too. Like
Oh,
ham,
yes,
ham in the shape of pork chops. Yeah, really good.
oh
Kassler.
yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good stuff. Hey, Grammy, how's it going? Glad you're here. I'm gonna go through here real quick. How I was chased by World War II during springtime. Oh, Angie, I got to hear about that story for sure. Got some hellos here. I'm gonna
There's-
catch up and tell you. Oh,
There have been
she said thank you.
people imported wild boar to Saskatchewan. I'm not sure why, but now right now in rural Saskatchewan, we're having a really bad time with wild boar. Like they multiply so quickly, and they're very aggressive and they wreck a lot of stuff. And so there's like wild boar alerts, and people are hunting them aggressively, trying to eradicate them, get rid of the wild boar because of the problems that they cause.
Right. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot for sure.
Oh,
Eric
I'm
B.
looking.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, look at this.
It's camera with depending on how the camera show. Okay, yeah. Lori, got a bunch of hellos here.
Keep looking back and forth. So I get distracted by the chat too, and my eyeballs go over. They go over. So sorry, everybody, that I'm distracted by that.
Hey, no worries at all. No worries at all.
That
would
we
be
should
fun.
do a live stream. We should do a live stream, or you should do a live stream with somebody else where you actually cook some traditional things. That would be cool.
That would be, and I actually have some. I didn't do it live, but keyword live, where I did some videos of like bratwurst and vice versa and stuff like that. Where I cooked them and made a video out of it. But I think I am going to do it live, and that would be awesome. And you would definitely be invited.
Oh, thanks. And maybe some of the people who are living in Germany right now would cook some of their favorite things on a live stream. Yeah, maybe Angie. That would be cool.
Hallo Angie, wie geht es dir? Salamat.
I think that would be a big hoot to cook some traditional things.
That would be. Because the last time I seen there, I was watching different content. Okay, let's see. Hi, Grammy.
So, Darion, now that you've been to Germany so many times, do you take your coffee like a German?
Do I like German coffee?
Yeah, like ganz starke Zeug, like ganz starke, like really strong.
Really strong. I like it really strong.
Do
strong and black. I don't put nothing in it.
Oh boy.
Just black coffee, and I'm good. I'm good. Und spaghetti eyes. Oh.
Yeah. And Eric sent you some really good coffee, yeah?
Yes, he did. Eric Zwart from Austria. We're on a live stream. He was one of my first. In fact, he was my first overseas live stream. 5-6 months ago now, and we were talking because normally when I go to Germany, I bring back a suitcase of coffee, mustard, Senf, and other assorted items, gummy bears for the kids, and all that stuff. Something about getting it from Germany.
Yeah, 100%.
That's right. I made a comment where. Yeah, I just finished my last German coffee, my last of and I brought like 5 or 6 blocks of thing on.
Yeah.
Because I'll be back to Germany in a couple months.
Yeah. And that didn't happen.
Right. Next thing I know, he asked me what my address was, and not thinking anything. And next thing I know, he sent me coffee in the mail. And
that's a good friend.
Yeah, that is. That is, and I appreciated that. And my appreciation, I made sort of like a thank you video, a very short one. Thank you for the coffee, and I appreciate it. German coffee, And when I finished, when I posted that video, I'm like, wow, that'd be cool to do morning coffee. So that started the morning coffee with Darion. That's what started that.
Yeah.
And I do that every Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I've caught a couple of those. Yeah.
Oh, Friday, you have on Friday mornings. And what did I say?
Monday. You said Monday.
Mondays. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
A lot of driving.
It's Monday. Mondays when I go live. I go live on Monday night.
That's right. And what time do you go live?
8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
That's right. Okay.
So
it'll be 9 our time.
No, 10.
10. It'll be 10 our time.
Yeah, 10. And then we switch now. So when everybody else will switch to not daylight savings time, right? When you fall back in the fall, then you'll be 1 hour apart again.
Okay. And yeah, that messes me up sometimes, especially Germany. For a few
Oh.
months, we're 5 hours apart, and then we're 6 hours apart. Now we're 6 hours apart. We're back to normal. So,
Yeah,
but,
Arizona and Saskatchewan, we don't change time.
that's right. I know they voted here. You know, they voted to quit doing that, but they're still doing it.
Watch out, vehicle stop not
But
too far ahead.
now, Angie has a question here. Well, but which part of Germany did your ancestors originate from? Migrated west from Skirin
Pardon?
for the Moravians.
See
that one?
In the south around Frankfurt. They're from the south.
I know Frankfurt very well. I fly in there all the time, depending on the price. Sometimes I fly into Munich. Sometimes I fly into Frankfurt, and I go back and forth. But my next trip, which will be whenever, well, of course, my next trip planned, booked September and December. But as soon as they let us in, I'll be on the next flight out to Germany. I think I'm going to fly into Dusseldorf, or at least check into Dusseldorf. I found some pretty decent prices flying into Dusseldorf, and I like to visit, my friends Ellie and Lucas. I had them on my live stream, and then Jenna, she has life in Germany. Her and her husband lives there, and so they invited me to come see them. So I'm like, yay! Say hello.
Do you fly? Oh, that'll be fun to go see subscribers. That'll be really cool.
That's right.
Now I'd love to do that. I think that's just a bonus of this YouTube community. I've only been on YouTube probably since August, and I've only had a channel, like been posting videos now since November, December. So I'm really a baby channel, but so I don't really have, but been doing my best to demonstrate what's going on in Saskatchewan in terms of traveling and things you can do. And I think now that the situation with the pandemic is getting less and less, that I will be able to do more of that. So I'm looking forward to doing that on my channel. Anyway, I wanted to ask you about the airline you fly. So do you fly Lufthansa?
I do. Sometimes they have good deals. Like we're flying. Lufthansa is Delta. No, my last trip, Lufthansa, I found a nice deal, $750 round trip, same flight. Got on in Orlando, got off in Frankfurt, left Frankfurt, got off in Orlando. So
that is great.
I
think if I ever go to Germany now and I'm going to do some traveling, like I wouldn't just go see relatives. I would go and do some traveling, go around. I think I would absolutely work with you, Darion, to get some kind of schedule or itinerary. You have so much experience now, and so I would urge anybody to watch Darion's videos and also to talk to him about itinerary, because he's just got it's a passion, right? You can tell how much he loves it.
Thank you so much, Karen. And I really do love it. And in fact, I help people all the time. I've helped 19 people so far make itineraries, and I've talked to many, many more. They contacted me. I mean, probably 1,000 people. I mean, literally. And but actually 19 official itineraries, and I do it for fun. It's a hobby. So
have you thought about making a website though? Like making a website and creating, Darion's Germany, or Darion's Magnificent Germany, or Magnificent Germany with Darion, whatever you're going to call it, make it that your website, and then people could download PDFs there, and people who wanted to sponsor you or to pay to put something on that page could also contact you through that page and become, like, you could build a real community there as well, and have your YouTube videos there, promote them there as well.
Right.
In your free time, right? In your spare time.
Yeah, exactly. I have thought about it, but I haven't really dug into it. Mm-hmm. But you may be sparking something here.
Is that something that Grace would be interested in doing?
I don't know. That would be. Well, they went to Germany, but I took the kids, my family, 5 years ago, and they still talk about it.
And I saw a Facebook and I got really excited.
Oh yes.
Well, I mean, could Grace create? She's in high school, yeah.
Sixth grade.
Oh, sixth grade. So could she, hard to tell when she's sitting in the back of the truck, but could she start to develop, the website and, develop her expertise and her online presence, but like, of course, not representing herself as, next year a grade 7 girl, but representing your company, Magnificent Germany with Darion, and start to put that together. That might be something that she could find out about. Yeah, and she could then, those are the kinds of things that lead to really interesting careers and really interesting resume bullets. And then when you have an interview with somebody, you have something to talk about, something that, I've been making websites since I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And they're so easy to make now, like Squarespace or Wix, WIX. They're both really intuitive. I wouldn't say to do anything like WordPress. That's really kind of challenging. But some of what you see is what you get type of website. As soon as you post up the picture, it goes right on the page and you can have a look. And that's how sponsors find you, to like the Senf, right? Like mustard and things like that. And I'm doing all this talking, and I realize as I'm doing all this talking that I don't have a website for my channel, but there's other things in my life that, I work in that industry. And so for me, it's really easy to talk about that, because professionally I work in a world where posting on the web is just a part of, we have several websites that we post to. So, you might want to do that, because then you could have people download PDFs of different, this is what you might want to do if you're in the Dusseldorf area, and here's 10 things, and it's a PDF, and then people go on and they download it, and it becomes another way of you communicating with your people.
Absolutely. Well, Karen, you definitely sparked something when you said that, because I have thought about that, but like I said, I haven't really dove into it. But I'm swimming now, and I'm swimming, and the more I swim, the more I'm gonna look into that. So I'm thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah, Grace and Billy might be able to, but Grace for sure. It's making a website's not that hard. If she's interested, she may not be interested, right. But sorry, Grace, for ruining your life. Sorry for ruining your life, Grace.
I know my daughter. She has a dream. Her dream is to go to Paris one day. So one of these.
No, it's to go to Olympics.
Well, to travel, Gracie.
No, go to Olympics.
Well, she wants to go. That's a different dream. But
my first dream.
Okay, she's a gymnast, and she wants to be an Olympian. So which would take a lot of work and everything. But her where she wants to travel, she has like a Paris. What do you call it? Bed sheet and Paris. Her room's Paris. Her bathroom's Paris. Shower curtains Paris. Everything, and she wants to go to Paris. But I'm going to take her to Paris one of these days.
Magnificent Paris with Gracie. See,
that's Paris with Gracie.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too. Yes. Speaking of Eric, Eric's in the house. Hey, Eric, buddy.
Hey, hi, Eric. How are you feeling, Eric?
We were just talking. Eric? Yes, you heard about his collarbone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's no good. Let's see here. Oh, photography, I love that. Yes, Karen. She loves ducks, and she has some some duck videos. She really has her ducks in a row. You know what I mean? So, ding ding, dad joke. Yeah. Dr. Octa?
Yep,
Octa?
Dr. Ecker.
Ecca. Now, who is that?
Dr. Ecker is a company. Actually, we sell. You can buy Dr. Ecker products in our grocery stores in Canada. Dr. Ecker is a brand here, but Dr. Ecker is a German company, and they have. And if you're buying, if you're going to buy like vanilla sugar to cook with, or different kinds of flavorings to put in your baked goods, like really traditional flavorings like almond or lemon, citron, like you would get them from, you would try and buy Dr. Ecker for a really traditional.
Now that you mentioned that, I have heard of that, but I called it Ochter. but I guess
Okay.
I was pronouncing it wrong. Dr.
Oh, that's-
Hector.
Yeah, that's fine. Dr. Ick, or yeah. Ick.
Hector. Biscuit and Mohnbrötchen. Oh, I love Brötchen. The German breast. I miss that so much. I miss walking around the towns in Germany, any town in Germany, okay, whether in Bavaria, northern Germany, wherever you're at, and you smell that fresh smell of fresh bread.
Yeah.
And fresh butter.
Yeah. Yeah, butter, yeah.
Oh boy. And you walk in, there's one place in Mittenwald. That's one of my favorite places. Well, Garmisch, that's where I go, but Mittenwald is like 15 Ks from Garmisch. And there's this bakery that has fresh bread, and they got a block of butter. They got a fresh, when I say fresh block of butter. You just take your knife and, it's community butter, and you buy your bread, and you put that fresh, I'm talking about from the cow fresh butter. They got a traditional, the ladies back there, she's churning it with her hands, not a machine. Rather, they're churning it, and the fun thing about this, cows are in the backyard of the bakery. That fresh. My mouth's watering just thinking about that.
Well, you can imagine if you make beautiful breads, you would want to have the best quality of butter. You wouldn't want to put something cheap out there for your customers. You'd want to have the most special and best.
Right. That's right. Look at Arno. Yeah. Now he's hungry.
He's hungry. So we, when I was growing up, we had a bakery, but a bakery that specialized in European style breads, and so they were always available. We grew up eating that. Here's a funny story about me. We would go to church on Sundays and then come home, and we would have rye bread with steak tartare on the rye bread. And of course, growing up, I thought every kid ate steak tartare on Sundays for lunch, right? And it wasn't probably until I was dating that I realized that people don't eat steak tartare like we ate it every Sunday. And my mom really had it figured out with the spices and the onion and the tomato, and it was so beautiful. And we really looked forward to it, and she knew just how much to make. And we would buy fresh steak tartare on Saturday, and on Sunday we'd have it at lunch, and it was just beautiful. But honest to God, I didn't know that every kid didn't grow up eating steak tartare. So, that's, on fresh rye bread that came from the bakery, that day. And just, really. And
that sounds so good. Oh
yeah. Yeah. I think I had an exceptional childhood. My father and was part of a group of men who came in 52 who were frustrated because they really didn't have a place where they could go. And so it started small, but it became quite big. They created the German Canadian Harmony Club. And they created a club where they could go, and they had a bar, and they had, I can tell the rest of the story. Darion's gone. They had a bar and a real German restaurant that served traditional German foods. They also had a dance group at this German Canadian Harmony Club. So they had traditional folk dancing. They also had carnival dancers, and so we had an Elvenrad and carnival for the carnival season, and I chose to become a carnival dancer. So at carnival, I guess in carnival you make fun of the army, right? That's kind of carnival dancers, the ones that we had men that danced with us that they couldn't really hold up they dropped their guns or they fell on the floor. And then of course the girls, they were, kind of like New York, the Rockettes, but like a Saskatchewan version of that, Saskatchewan version, and kick lines and again, and precision, right? In just a counterpoint to what the men, the fumbling men, right? So just a lot of fun, the clowns, and having a lot of fun at Carnival.
Sort of like fashion.
Yeah, and then we would have the treffen, like meetups, and we would meet up with the other Carnival groups from around Western Canada. We'd go go to Calgary and everybody would go there. We would go to Saskatoon, everybody would go there, or to Winnipeg, Manitoba, everybody would go there. And then my father sang in the German choir. So like, again, surrounded in that environment. So as much as not traveling to Germany all the time, really grew up in a little German microcosm, if that makes sense. Microcosm, like just a little art. Everything that I grew up with was German. And again, I thought everybody else grew up like that, right? But in the part of the city the part of the city I lived in, the kids they had the same backgrounds. Our fathers were friends. A lot of them, a lot of the people who came to Canada from Germany were in the trades, right? They did concrete work. They built homes. They were finished carpenters. They did produce beautiful things. And so, you would, between all of your numerous uncles, even if they're not a real uncle, they're your uncle. And then you would have people in and out of your house all the time who are either working on your house or celebrating with your parents or playing cards, so always people speaking German, eating German foods. I guess that's what it's like. Again, not unlike what my German relatives, when they left in 1873 or about, and then they emigrated to the North Shore of the Black Sea, not unlike what they experienced there, where they had that, little bit of Germany on the North Shore of the Black Sea. And so now they've just taken that and they've transposed that to
Put it all together, huh?
to Canada. Yeah. And so now the young men in my family are taking over the German club, right? They're now have this, a lot of the shares have been transferred to the young men, and they're making it their own. So interesting.
That's so cool. And just talk about the Gigerlet and the Kartoffeln. Oh, with a steak and bratwurst. And then she goes on to talk about the butter marmalade and brochen with coffee. Oh, so lecker, so delicious, so
Oh
good.
yeah, those little Bratien for sure.
Yeah.
So at the German club, anytime there was an event, they had a outdoor, a food truck, and they would go to fairs and other events around the city. In the German club, but it was kind of a fundraiser. They would serve bratwurst. They would barbecue bratwurst and on a that really crunchy, crusty white roll. With really good mustard. And so that's kind of a signature thing. So that bratwurst truck is kind of a famous food truck here.
Oh,
Again,
yes.
being run again by a bunch of people who are getting really older now, right? People are passionate about German. It's time to transfer that to the young people.
That's right. That's right. And so cool, by the way. Angie's talking about Germany is very lush and green, which it is, and she says,
It is.
this is a perfect example. It's like a garden from above.
It is.
That's a good way to express it.
Yeah, I was blown away by the different colors of green. It really stuck out for me. This kind of green and that kind of green and this kind of green, just all different layers of a tapestry of green.
12 minutes.
Right. Oh, sorry, that was my phone there. Caitlin, glad you're here, Caitlin. And Nick with his humor, he says, those natural case wieners sound like they are the worst.
They are the worst, yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So thanks for being here, Caitlin Vlogs. That's very cool. Blowers with radish, with radish, paprika, yes. Oh, that does sound so good. Mello's here too. Hey, how's it going there? Have you checked out Mello Nomadic Adventures?
Yeah. Hi. Oh yes. Hi, Marshall.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't see the chat always. I can see Arno says, Karen, have you ever been to Carnival in Germany? No, I've never been to Carnival. I've been to a Schützenfest in Germany, but different than Carnival, of course, all kind of cool though. But Carnival, but the name of our dance team was the Roten Funken, so Rote Funken, the Red Sparkers. Yeah.
I'll let you say that one, because if I say it, it's going to sound wrong.
But Schützenfest is a spring festival. Maybe someone else can explain it better than me. A spring festival kind of dedicated to boys, but not unlike a Christmas market, where there's kind of there's a booth set up, and all kinds of really tasty things that you can buy, and I'm going to say pretzels, but there's more than that, like the German gingerbread, right? Lebkuchen.
Oh, yeah, all the ginger. Oh, yes. Yes, but
Yeah,
especially on Christmas time.
and then like made in hearts and beautifully decorated and like hanging with ribbons and in booths. Like I remember, I just never wanted to leave. I wanted to just stay at the Schützenfest the whole time. It was so great. And I remember in the part of Germany I was in, that the Italians would come north in the summer from Italy, and they would open ice cream stands. And I think it had had partly to do with how hot it is in Italy, but also there's a real market for that Italian ice, and they would open ice cream stands. And I remember also French fries they would call them pommes frites.
Pommes frites. Oh yes.
In the part I was at, and they wanted me to. My cousins, of course, as young as I was, right? What did we know about anything? But they wanted to make sure that I knew that they had like American type foods and pizza. Pizza. They wanted to know about American pizza and things like that.
And big difference too, isn't there, between American pizza and Italian pizza?
Absolutely.
And German pizza too.
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference for sure.
And then there's that thin crust New York style pizza. I think that's my favorite of all. Can't get enough of that. Made in a pizza oven, on a stone. Like, yeah, so beautiful.
Wow. Angie's going off here on all kinds of German food because I could cook. Yay. Traditional German recipe my German grandmother-in-law taught me. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Howdy, Marshall. Yeah, Marshall's been working on his van. I mean, it looks good back there. He's done a lot of work.
Yeah, Marshall's channel is really coming along too. I think Marshall has 600 subscribers now. Like, way to go, Marshall.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's because he adds so much value. When you go to Marshall's channel, like he plays music, like all original music, and he's got some really neat guests. He has a good channel.
Absolutely. Tommy's talking about here the swine haxa. Oh, I love that crackling. That's some of the best part for sure. Cooking challenge, German recipe. Yeah. She's in. She said. All right. Gotta go meet back in bed. Okay, Dutch Gamer, you're probably gone already by the time I got to you here. Yeah, Lori Sims, she's looking forward to the Germany trip. Karen, you there's room for you in September.
Where am I going September? If the borders open in September, I'm going to Michigan. I'm going to a big terrier specialty in Michigan. And then the first week in October, I'm going to Pennsylvania for the American Nationals for Scottish Terriers. So that's my trip in September. I'll be in all you Pennsylvania people, and I'll be in your part of the world, just north of Philadelphia, being in the King of Prussia area. Isn't that a neat name, King of Prussia?
King of Prussia. Yeah, that is.
There's a bald eagle above us.
Okay, cool. Yeah, now that's gonna be in September, right?
Yeah, end of September. If the border opens, I would really like to go to Chicago in June, but I don't think the border's gonna open. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know. I know right now they're saying all these got over 100 million. Is it million or billion? 100 million, over 100 million people vaccinated, and oh, by the way, where I got my vaccination, the Veterans Administration, they are the biggest producer of vaccines, giving out, administering vaccines in the United States, which I'm pretty proud of. They're right there, Gatorland.
Gatorland. Did you see my video where I got my vaccine?
I did not, but I will.
So it was a drive-through service. So I sat in my car. I'd have gone with my husband, but he's a little bit older than me and he could get in the day ahead, but they opened it to my age the next day. And then I actually just put my arm out the window, opened the door, and got my vaccine, never left my car.
That's awesome. I do the same thing. In fact, mine is on a video too. I made a video of it. Blaine from Raleigh.
Mhm.
He was filming it for me, and I was live at the same time. So I had to hold it live while holding my shirt up, and Blaine's over there filming me on the side. So I was getting it done live on my Facebook group page, which
Okay.
those of you who don't know, I have a Facebook group page, Magnificent Germany with Darion. Just answer the question to hit join. That's where people put their pictures of Germany, not only pictures but videos, and we talk about Germany a lot. And so you're welcome to do that. But anyways, we were live on that group page at the same time while I was being filmed, and I included it in my video from 2 videos ago. And yeah, that was an experience. And I get my second one Tuesday in Florida. So I'm ready to get over with. I'm ready to get to Germany. My goodness.
That's right. That's what I say in my video. I say, this is my get out of jail free card. Like, I think that
that's
card,
cool.
that card is going to be really important to traveling.
That's right. Yeah, I have mine with me here. I know exactly where it's at. As soon as they let me in Journal Travel, I'm going to say, please put me on the plane. Here is my card. Would you like a photocopy of my card?
Yeah. I've done the work. I've done everything I can to be ready and keep everybody safe. Yeah.
That's right. Claus saying, remember to hit the like button. Hey, I appreciate that, Claus. That is very awesome of you to mention that. If you get a chance, guys out there, hit that like button. That'd be awesome. And if you hadn't subscribed, not only to my channel, but make sure you check out Karen as well at Prairie Life, and you'll first of all, you'll see a lot of smiles and a lot of fun too, a lot of interesting topics, and especially Canadian and ducks. Oh, the Canadian duck. No,
the Canadian ducks, yeah. I'm going live on Monday nights, and I've interviewing local photographers. And so quite a bit of our natural wildlife that we have around here, the moose and elk, foxes, all in their natural habitat, lots of landscape shots as well. Yeah. So that's Monday nights. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Right. I know that one guy, I can't think of the name right now. You interviewed him about a month ago, and I became friends on. He don't have a YouTube channel, but he has Instagram channel page. I've been following his stuff lately.
Paul Dawson. Paul Dawson.
That's him.
Yeah.
That guy's good.
He's really
good photographer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's lived all over Canada.
Shelley Starwalker. Yeah. Shelley Starwalker. She's from Michigan. She's also a wildlife photographer, and not only wildlife, but natural scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And she does a great job.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian saying, visit Heidelberg, please. Oh yes, I love Heidelberg. I've been going to Heidelberg since I was a kid. First time I was there, I was probably 8 or 9 years old in Heidelberg. And Heidelberg, the castle was destroyed by a fire years ago, but every year they light up the castle like it was on fire all these years ago. And they usually do it around July 4th, like our July 4th, but they're celebrating remembering the burning of it. And then I saw it again years ago. But I love visiting the town of Heidelberg. They got excellent spaghetti ice, by the way, and also tons of history. They got the university there in Heidelberg. It's just a beautiful, quaint city.
Yep.
And it's all these towns and cities are for sure. Yeah, but Angie, we're coming for you.
For sure. You're speaking about lighting up the castles or the churches. Hamburg. I've been in Hamburg, and I've taken the Hamburg Harbor tour by boat. But yeah, just the devastation in Hamburg from the war, and how so many things were bombed, and that they've left the bombing so people can remember just how devastating it was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Tons of history. Speaking of history, Tommy's he's going to Germany. Excuse me, where are you going? Okay. Sorry. I was like, where are we going? We're getting off the interstate. Yeah, there's a bunch of traffic up here anyway, so this is perfect.
I'm hungry.
This is perfect.
Ran out of food. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're seeing all the food.
Okay.
Be quiet. Shh, he's on.
And anyways, Tom's talking about Lufthansa is a good airline when they're not on strike. Real problematic back in 19. Yeah, I remember that they went on strike several times there. But who holds grudges? Love it. Oh, where'd Karen go?
I'm here.
This calls by.
Am I gone?
Oh, she's coming back. Is Karen coming back?
I'm here. I'm still here. Can you see me? No, I'm here.
Oh. Okay, I see something happening. Maybe.
There
you are.
here.
There you are. Can you hear me?
I don't think I left, but okay.
Oh.
So somebody, so Angie asked about Ritter Sport. Like, do we have Ritter Sport chocolate? Yes, we do. All the flavors. What's your favorite flavor, Angie, in Ritter Sport? Or maybe in the chat, people. Yeah, Ritter Sport, it's very common here. You can get it almost anywhere.
Oh, hang on a second. Can you hear me?
The not so invisible Karen said, "I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I haven't left. But
okay.
I don't know. Let me see. Let me just go have a look.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
There you are. Okay. Yeah, we're under these lights, these street lights, and I think it has something to do with it there.
Okay, very good. Well, I think now I think Darion's gone right now, but maybe I'm wrong. So Ritter Sport. Oh, so Angie says nougat. Yes, nougat. I like actually nougat anything. There is an Italian Laden here, like an Italian place that sells all the kind of European goods as well, and they have the nougat bars, with the maybe 2 layers of nougat. So many Italian cookies, beautiful Italian cookies, and something else that I just popped into my mind that I really like is, are you there? So
I'm here. I don't see you yet. Can you?
Yeah. So our favorite.
Camera's on, right?
Yeah, my camera's on. Can you hear me? Yeah. So my favorite.
Yes, I hear you.
And so we have quite a few butcher shops around here that actually make bratwurst and make weisswurst and make bockwurst. Bockwurst is a bigger form of natural casing wiener, but bock, it's made with like a ram's intestine instead of the regular small intestine, like from a pig. So it's the same kind of ingredients that go into natural casing wiener, but a much thicker wiener, a bockwurst. So what else is going on? And I can see only the brown Noose nougat. Yeah, Noose nougat. That's right. And something else that we grew up eating, I don't know if that's typical German or not, but we grew up eating Halva, quite a bit of Halva, and even just plain vanilla Halva. That was kind of a special thing. And my grandma would buy it in big trays for the holiday season. And it's made of sunflowers, but Halva, I don't know if anybody ate that growing up.
Really going there?
Are you there? Oh, Ritter Sport honey salt almond or espresso. Yes, espresso. I like espresso. I like that dark, strong coffee taste. And I like mint too. I like the Ritter Sport mint. Actually, I like them all. Let's be honest. Marzipan. That's always funny when someone is going to eat marzipan and they're not expecting it. It's a new taste for a lot of people. Something that we have here on holiday seasons are Weinbrandbohnen. Weinbrandbohnen, and they are milk chocolate, sort of shaped in the shape of beans, but they're filled with liquor, particularly like whiskey or kirsch. You could get a different shape that's filled with kirsch, like cherries, and then the kirsch liqueur. And I think kind of a staple cake that we get around here is a Black Forest cake. That's very common in our area to quite a few of even the grocery store bakeries make a German Black Forest cake. But of course, they don't use kirsch in it. I don't know what Darion's doing. He's doing something. I can't hear you, Darion. Not yet. Okay. So maybe we're getting to the end of the stream. I don't know what's happening. What's going on in the chat? Is there anybody in the chat that asked any questions about Canada or about anything? I love nougat. Yeah, Angie, I have to get to know you better. I think that we're like sisters from another mother. Boardman says, hey, good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Kenneth. Oh, yeah, and that's really frustrating that Angie even commented on my immunization thing. I didn't get the German vaccine though. I got a different one.
They're gonna hit us.
I think you're there. I can hear Billy. I can hear Billy in the background. So Darion, I think you're live.
Well, I don't know. Can you hear me and see me?
Both.
I can't tell.
Yes, both. I can hear you. Tommy Dodson says, call me weird, but I don't like butter on bread. I like my bread plain, soft on the inside and crunchy on the inside. I know exactly the bread you're talking about. It's fabulous. Like a crunchy white roll. Yeah, you can get those here. Jonathan Short likes steak tartare. You're here. I see you. Yes, my ancestors are Hessen. Absolutely right.
I don't see her or hear her. I hear her, but I can't understand what she's saying.
Angie says, we could be sisters. Yes, yes. Sisters from a different mother. We like all the same things. Oh, I know Halva Weisse. Yeah. When I was teaching in a very German community called Humboldt, Saskatchewan. And there was a lady who had just recently immigrated from Germany, and she was teaching a baking class. And so I took her baking class. And so we learned all about, this is so many good memories.
You ready?
All about the German recipes. And I had a Messbecher, which is like the shape of a, it's the shape of a
1 mile. Turn
like
right on West Marion Avenue.
Like a funnel, but closed at the bottom. And then it has like again from Dr. Ecker, mine is at least, and it has all the ingredients and all the measurements all around the outside to kind of, if you're not weighing your ingredients, so you can get kind of something that is similar in terms of, 100 gram of a meal or flour you would fill it up to this high in the Messbecher. Which is, and I have Dr. Of course, I have all of the traditional names, Dr. Ecker springform pan, and yeah, my stuff is, and actually quite a bit of that stuff I bought when I was working in the Deutsches Laden or the German store. They imported quite a bit of stuff. I think one of the things I liked best there was the salami, all different kinds of salami. I like a salami that's got maybe wine salami with real wine or paprika in it. This has been so fun, Darion, to remember all these wonderful things from. I'm going to text Darion, see what's going on.
I'm gonna. Hey,
I'm there.
If somebody
can hear
me,
I can
hear me.
I can hear you.
I hear. Oh, there's me.
He's gone. Tommy, I hope you get a chance to do Canadian road trip. That would be great. Mon Chéri with schnapps. Yeah, we drank schnapps quite a bit. My grandma, I think
I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, hang on a second. I don't know if anybody can hear me. I'm having some connectivity issues here.
Yeah, we can
I
hear
don't
you.
even see Karen. I don't even know if anyone's hearing me. Oh, I just heard something.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. We hear you, Darren. Okay, you hear me.
Yep. Tommy
Okay,
Dodson says. Tommy Dodson says, "Are the Northern Lights?" Yes, I can see the Northern Lights from my driveway. Like I will go out for dinner and come home.
Is your camera on, Karen?
Yeah, my camera is working. My eyeballs are flashing back and forth. Yeah, my camera's working.
Yep. I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm just going to take a station break here, and I'm going to go to YouTube and see what's going on. Excuse me for a minute, folks. It says we're live now. Get the volume so we don't get feedback. Yeah. Okay, I'm turning off the volume. Okay, a little bit confused. Okay. Darion, we are live. I'm still live. I just saw myself on the screen. So at this point, checking again. Yeah, it's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions in the chat for me? The good question about the Northern Lights. In fact, I have a video about one of the photographers that I interviewed, Tiffany Ann. I interviewed her last Monday, and so that's an hour-long interview. But I'm actually working on taking that live stream down to about 8 minutes. So watch for that interview with Tiffany Ann, and we'll be showing a lot of the Northern Lights that you can see around here, because there was in January and in February and in March, there were really big Northern Lights blasts. Like I think the last one we had was March 14th. But I have now since found out about an app on for our phone where I can actually track the Northern Lights, and so I'll be able to go out. Let's see. Oh, that's very nice of you to say. Those are definitely German blue eyes.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there you are. There you are.
Progress. Hang on. I see a frozen picture now.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's try to.
We are live. We're both live. I can see us both on the YouTube screen.
Yeah, I can't hear anything right now. All I hear is like da 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 da. I don't hear.
You need to park. For the sake of YouTube, you need to park somewhere and just get good Wi-Fi and just park for a minute. And he's gone again. This is hilarious. I'm going to text him again.
Signals like
I can hear Billy.
too many.
I'm texting you, Darion.
Working either.
All right. Hey, Karen, I'm going to have to go ahead and end this on my end.
Okay, good.
I can't understand anything at all. I'm trying to listen, and I keep popping in and out. Should we call it? Yeah, I got some bunch to call it. Yeah. I apologize, Karen, if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can hear you.
However, I heard I can hear you.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
I heard I can hear you. Then you went robot again.
Yeah, it's all right. So I think we're going to call it. So thanks everybody for coming. I hope that I get to see you in further chats on magnificent Germany with Darion. I look now that I've gotten to know everybody better.
Real fast, Karen. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a redo of this in the very near future, and I had 1,000 more questions I want to ask you. So I hope you will come back again next time. I won't. I'll make sure that I'm in a spot, and we'll just go from there. So I don't know if you can hear this.
I can hear you perfectly.
Say something.
Perfectly.
I heard you say something, but I don't know what you said.
Perfect. I can hear you perfect.
I'm about to go again. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being there with us. Make sure you go see Karen at Prairie Life. Check her out and
come see my photographers on Monday night. My photographers on Monday night.
On a count of three, we're gonna say Dr. Shoes. Okay, ready, Karen? I don't know if you can hear me, but on a count of three, 1, 2. We'll do it in German even. Eins,
zwei, drei.
Dr. Shoes. Oh, yes, sir, Bob. I don't know who just heard that, but.
Everybody did. Okay, bye-bye.
Karen, if you can hear me, thanks so much. And I'm going to end the broadcast, but stay put, Karen. I'm going to try something else.
Then turn right on
Let's
Lakes
see.
Boulevard.